Hello, I'm Brian and this is DIY Off-Roading, and today's video I'm going to introduce you to our Jeep Slick Stone. So my girlfriend and I bought this Jeep together and we joined the San Diego Jeep Club and we decided we're going to build a badass Jeep together. So we named it Slick Stone because half of my last name and half of her last name is how we came up with the name for the Jeep. And so I wanted to show you a few of the mods that we've done so far and then talk to you a little bit about what we plan to do with it in the future. So come with me. So I'm in the middle of installing new axles in a lift kit, and I got a little distracted by my buddy here. Come here. This is Pebbles. Sometimes she's super nice and sometimes she's skittish. We'll see. Come here. Where are you going? Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. She's funny. The Slick Stone started off life as a 2014 Jeep JKU. It's a sport model, not a Rubicon, no lockers, nothing fancy in this vehicle. So we picked up Slick Stone about a year ago and we've done a few modifications to it and had a little bit of fun with it. The first mod I did to it was install an Odyssey battery in it. And this is a great platform for future upgrades such as lighting and all those other accessories that you're going to add to the vehicle. So this is not an ordinary battery. This is what they call a glass pack battery, which is designed for off-road use and also designed to absorb all the vibrations. A regular battery will break down over time with vibrations and cause problems. These are designed just for this application. So when I was in the planning stages of buying this Jeep and building this Jeep, at first I was just buying accessories such as grab handles, recovery kit, shovels, those type of things, getting it prepared to take it off-road. Like many of you guys out there, I had no idea how I wanted to build this. I just knew I wanted to get out there and have some fun with the Jeep. So the first thing I started doing was buying accessories, which was very fun to go shopping for these things. Pick a different accessory out. And every time you added something, it just made the Jeep feel that much cooler. So right here is my Midland GMRS radio. My girlfriend and I are members of the San Diego Jeep Club, and this is one of their requirements, is to have a radio in the vehicle so we can communicate as we're on trail. So like I said, the first couple of months was the planning stage. So you go through all kinds of trade shows, car shows, trying to figure out exactly how you want to build it, what type of axles you want to do on it, what type of suspension you want to do on wheels, tires. It's a big world out there in the off-road world, and you're just trying to figure out what you want to do, what's the best thing for your build, what's the best thing for your budget. So for me, the answer was to handle any of the problems that the vehicle had. So mine kept popping out of first gear, so I got a upgraded B&M shifter for it to fix that problem, and it 100% fixed that problem. So the worst thing you can do on your build is waste money. So you want to talk to people, go to shows, check out stuff. So this tire carrier here I'm showing you, it vibrated, it rattled, and the owner of this vehicle absolutely hated it. That's why you want to go to shows, talk to people, find out what companies are good, what brands are good. So I started out with getting a set of tires. I got some Nitto mud terrain trail grapplers. And at the time, I had no lift kit. I had no axles for this vehicle. It was all running the stock stuff. And I made a mistake by buying too small of a tire. So I got 35-inch tires. And then later on, I ended up getting an upgraded set of axles. So the biggest upgrade that I accomplished over the last couple of months was scoring these front and rear differentials. These are Dana 44s that are modified and upgraded. So I'll start here on the front differential here. So it's got 488 gears in it. It has the Poison Spider upgraded diff covers that are a lot thicker, heavier duty. One of the biggest upgrades are the RCV constant velocity axle shafts here, and then it's been converted to the 8-lug TerraFlex full floating hubs here. And one of the features I'm most excited about is both of these differentials are now locking differentials. They're electronic lockers, or what they call e-lockers. And it came with the brake calipers for the big brakes as well. This was a huge score for me. It cost me a lot less, maybe as much as half as much as it would have cost to do all this to the vehicle. Also, the ball joints have been replaced with the Terraflex upgraded ball joints, and it has C-gussets on the axle shaft already installed. So I have been shopping for new wheels because my old 5-lug Rubicon wheels are not going to bolt up to the 8-lug pattern here. So I need to shop for new wheels. To help offset some of that cost, as I took a part off the vehicle, I put it up on the swap meet page and sold them. I sold these tires and got a good chunk of money back for it. So I waited a couple months before I put some money together and then decided to go with a lift kit and then install the axles at the same time as the new lift kit. So I went ahead and ripped out the old axles, and I ordered up a 4.5-inch long arm lock and load lift kit from Metal Cloak. And I decided on this after several months of research and talking to people that this would be the best kit for me. I also kept searching the swap meet pages because I needed a set of shocks, and I ran across these Fox shocks that would fit the bill just perfectly for a fraction of the price. So I got these shocks for $125. Then I sent them into a local shock rebuilder for about $150. I got them reconditioned, and now they're in perfect condition. Now I went ahead and started installing the lift kit on this vehicle. All right, now we need to get our lower control arms mounted up, and first we need to do is get them set to the correct length. So Metal Cloak wants these set at 20 and 7/16 of an inch. So I started with the rear and did the rear of the rear axle and the lift kit first. It was pretty easy. I just followed the instructions step by step. Then I went ahead and ripped out the front suspension. So I'm going to throw on my face shield here, and basically I'm just going to start cutting here. You can see the welds. I'm going to try to cut the welds off. There is some wiring and stuff here I got to be aware of. Behind here, I'm going to make sure I don't get into that. So I'm going to cut this bracket off, from back here, make a couple of different incisions on it, and then cut it off. And then we'll swap out some accessories, and we'll grind it flat and smooth. And basically what we're going to do is make it look like this bracket was never even put on this vehicle at all, and smooth it all out and then paint it all up. So like I said, we're installing a 4.5-inch long arm kit, and it requires us to cut the mounts off, and it's quite a bit of work, and there's a little bit of welding, but not too much. So that portion of it was the hardest part about installing a long arm kit on this using the Metal Cloak system here. All I had to do was weld in a bung here, cut off a few brackets, and then bolt everything up. So I just followed Metal Cloak's instructions step by step. I had my laptop right here, right out next to me, and I referred to the laptop, it made the adjustments on the arms, and then went ahead and bolted everything up. So I'm installing this lift kit DIY style, and that means I'm working by myself, and it had its challenges for sure. I was hoping that this axle would just go onto the ground without dumping it over like that, but that happened. Thank God it was a beefy axle assembly here, and it didn't do any damage. So I managed to lift it and put it on my jack stand and get it rolled underneath the vehicle and installed. So if you guys are interested in how to install this Metal Cloak long arm kit, let me know in the description. I filmed every aspect of this step by step. I was just debating whether or not if the audience, you guys would want to see this. If you do, let me know, and I'll film it all the way out, or I'll edit it all the way out and produce that video. So this port right here is called a radius arm, and you notice it has a spring in it. Well, this spring allows for more articulation under extreme loads, and I'll explain more of that in a future video for sure. But for right now, I'm going to get this installed into the Jeep. So after a couple hours of work, I got the lift kit fully installed. Now I need to take care of an axle seal problem. So real quickly, I would show you what we're working with here. So we need to do an axle seal repair on this Jeep today. I bought this used off of the San Diego Jeep Club has a swap meet page, and I picked this up for a great deal, and it actually changed the whole build of the Jeep. I would have never gone as wild and crazy as this Jeep has gone. It's kind of snowballed on me, and the main reason is because I picked these axles up. So the axle seal was leaking. The owner of the guy that put the ad in, he told me, hey, the axle seal is leaking. He had a price on there. I said, hey, and he was willing to fix it. I said, hey, I will buy those off of you for a lot less. I gave him a number, and he said, all right, but it's as is. You have to fix it. I said, I agree. I'll take these off your hands. So I tore it all down, and I swapped out the seals and put the differential back together. So now I'm excited to share with you what wheels we got for Slick Stone. So what we went with was the dual beadlock Rock Monsters by Hutchinson Wheels. So like I said, this is a dual beadlock wheel, a little bit different than your traditional beadlock wheel. This is also made by a company that makes the wheels for the U.S. military on the Hummers and other U.S. military vehicles. So this is a 3-piece wheel, so it unbolts, the outer half comes off. Now this rubber insert here that I'm about to take off, this goes inside the tire. So when you put this insert inside the tire and then you slip the tire and insert over the bottom half of the wheel, now the back side of the bead on the tire will get pinched between this rubber insert and the wheel itself, and then you'll put the outer half on, and this will pinch the front half between the insert and the outer half of the wheel here, and then it's all bolted together, so it's pinched between here and then pinched on the bottom. So this is a DOT, Department of Motor Transportation approved wheel for the street use. Most beadlock wheels are not approved for street use, only off-road use only. So this one actually is approved, and it's a pretty cool bonus. So we've got a lot done. What we got left to do is to wire up the lockers here, front and rear, and then also wire up a few of the accessories. So here's what Slick Stone looks like on all fours with the lift kit installed, the wheels done. This is kind of right here is a before and after shot here. So as you can see, we've come a long way. If this doesn't work out, we're attaching you to this.
She's all, no, I'm done. I'm out of here.